Hey guys, how are you? I'm back again, and today I want to really talk about some serious stuff. We are going to talk about one of the things that really disturb people is they usually want to. Let me say you're using API and you're using a front end to call your data. So my front end is let me say VJS, and let me say I'm returning a response. So I want to return a response with a certain parameter in front of my data. So that I can separate my, if I want to add more types of responses, let me say I want to add errors message, I want to add, so that I don't have to mix the two. So that that can stay constant, we can create a function, a success function, error function, and a warning function. Then it can always return data with a message in the same parameter. So I'm going to show you. So this is Laravel. So I'm going to make a controller. So I'm putting in my user folder. Then I'm creating, let me say, a tickets controller. So I take that in. 1, 2. It's taking some time. That probably I need it around here. Let me see. Search it. It's taking some time. Okay, there I have it. So I'm going to check in my user folder. There I have the tickets controller. So the first thing I create in this function is in this class is a function that returns. So this is called return success. So I'm going to pass data and a message. Then I'm going to do a return response. Then JSON. Then I'm going to take parameters. So for my data, for my response, it's going to be data. Okay? So for my message, which is going to be message, it's going to be message. So for my status, this is called a status code. Status. Oh Jesus, status. So I'm going to say, since this is a return success, so I'm going to return 200, and I'm going to do that. I think that is a better look for my function. So this one returns my success. So I can return, this is the first function. Then I'm going to say return warning. So this is a warning, though it is so I usually would like to change the status code. So I make this, it returns the same thing. Then I return the error. Return error. So I do this, then this. I usually turn it to 4 as the status code. So in case I'm doing this, so what I have to do, the only thing I have to do is I can have so many functions, public function. So I can name it, let me say, tickets. So tickets, I can say get tickets. So I can say this say. Then here I can call maybe auth. Use, I think that is it, auth. Then I can say user is equal to auth user. So I can say then I can say tickets. I can say data is equal. I can first do if user tickets. I know this is based on the relationships with the user. Else I can even say if then I do if counts. I can say counts this. So if counts tickets is greater than maybe 0, then if counts tickets is less than 1, that is to show that it is 0. Then I can say else, then that means you return an error. So I'm going to state I'm going to have my message. So I state my message is equal to, let me say, I can say can write data fetched. What is the spelling? You are fetched. I think that is it. This is then I can say data is equal to user tickets. Then I can say return this. Then I call a return success function. Then I pass my data and my message. Then they are good to go. Now this you can use it for uniformity. You can always call this when you have an error, when you have a warning. You can set a warning here. Now this is a warning return. You say no data found. Then you can say return this user. You can set this to now. Again, you can say this is a warning. Copy this function. This is a warning, so you set this to now. So you return that as now. So you come here. This is a return of an error. So an error only returns a message, so it doesn't have a response. So you have to remove this, I guess. So if I return an error, I just have a message form. So for now, I'm going to use a custom message, not the one generated from the error handler. So I'll just still have a message through this. So I can say something happened. Try again later. So now this will run. This is an error. So this will run. So I can say, let me give you another example. I can say if user is available, then I want you to run that code. Then if he's not, then I'm going to still return an error. I think that should go on. So then else return an error. Just this is to show you, otherwise I've used the middleware, then I'm just trying to show you how the thing works. So still return an error. So if the authenticated user hasn't found, I can say messages, please log in first to access the information. So still I'm returning an error with this message. So user tickets, I'm going to create an API route for that. So I'm going to go straight to the API, and I'm going to use middleware for auth. So this is I'm going to just copy this first processing. So I'm going to say tickets. So I'll have basically in most coding, I would recommend you to try as much as possible to copy anything, like copy and paste anything you get, because it's easier, you don't make a lot of mistakes. So get user tickets, you can do that, and this one you can leave it blank. Try as much as possible to copy all the time so that you don't get these funny spelling mistakes, and it helps you to be fast. So I'm going to open my Scratchpad with an API. I'm not going to do an auth for now. I just want to show you that I can return errors. Now the first time we don't have user tickets, so it's not going to see this. Second, we are not going to be authenticated, so it runs straight to the last part. So as we wait for this is Postman to open up. So I'm going to show you here. So this thing returns a response after data. So it's what I did here. I returned a response after data. You know, you can do this return, then you can say return response, then you can say JSON, then you put your value in. Let me say this and this, probably that. So here you won't have that chance to have your message to put different responses in the user end for different error state codes. So you can have here, you can decide to have different error codes, and each error code can mean something both on the developer and the user end. So I can have these three functions returning all my data in this controller. So I don't need to to write every time I need to return data. Then I write this. So another thing it is to use the traits, but they are getting depleted in Laravel 8. You can use traits. I still use those. They're very helpful. You can use traits, and you call the traits in your controller every time. So you can create a return data trait. So this return data trait will you put these functions. So a return data trait is like a class. You import the class up here, then you use it inside your controller, then you can always use return success, return warning, and return error every time. So this is my scratch pad. I'm not on localhost. I think I'm on. Let me see. It's sort of a different version. So let me go. This is it. So that is my API. So I'm going to be like that. Let me see what's next. Auth user. So I have tickets. Is it then? It's set up on API. So auth user is user. Then I have to add tickets. So this is a GET request. So you're going to see the return after this. If there is an error, then I'll have to handle that. There is an error here. It says 46 and that line 46. What is on 46? Sorry, I had to return this. I forgot to remove it. Sorry for that. So let me go ahead. So you can see, please log in first to access. So I have this error code and I can redirect to anywhere in my front end based on the error code that I stated. So if I try to log in here, I think I have an auth, I don't know, but if I logged in, if I did let me say I got something, let me say this model is available. So now it used a return error, so I can use this model here for illustrations. App model dot control advert all item. So I can say this auth wasn't found, and I can say now our user is all. So if user, so I'll do this. If user count is above, then is this below than 1? Then you're going to see, so data is user. So let me see. So we run our API and you see what it will return. So you can see it has returned a list of information with a message, a guess and the status code down. Consider the fetched. So I can add as many functions as I can on this. This is one function. I can do let me see, I can do get ticket for an ID, get user ticket. So I can do this, then I can do find, then I can run through without changing anything. So I can do around 20 functions without changing anything. Then there's what they call a secondary return. So sorry for that. I can do a secondary return for maybe secondary success return. If I'm returning two things at the same time, then I can do that with that. So I hope this video helped you, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comment box. Thank you.